Hi guys, welcome back to SJ Sports. I'm here with special guests, Palms as usual, and we have our, brother. What's the name again? I kind of like struggle how to. What's the name again?
Mark you.
Maki, yeah. Anyway, today's
Mark
topic we're
you.
gonna start with Chelsea. Basically, I'll start with Maki about Chelsea. What do you make of Chelsea? The season so far.
Um, yeah, that is a really tough one for me because I really wasn't foreseeing this coming. I mean, obviously, if you think about it based on last season, you would say, okay, it's not going to be a quick fix for them. But with the manager they brought in, and then the kind of signings he made, I really, to be honest with you, I wasn't foreseeing Chelsea to be struggling like this. And the thing is, I still can't seem to pinpoint what's the issue. I really can't. Personally, I just can't. I can't blame injuries because they have lots of players who should be able to do the business. The guy spent what, almost a billion pounds, is it?
Yeah.
In a, I don't know, in less than a year or in just over a year. So you can't use injuries as an excuse. But to be honest with you, I can't pinpoint anything specific to say, okay, this is the problem Chelsea are facing. The only thing I can say is probably the manager is not able to motivate the players enough to get the best out of them, or he's probably not playing in the right way that will bring the best out of the players. That's what I can say, but I can't pinpoint anything to say, oh, this is Chelsea's problem. I really can't.
Mm. Do you think it's just because of they got like a new manager, new players, and the players that they just signed, they're all under 25? I think who Thiago Silva, apart from Thiago Silva, I think he's the only one that maybe Raheem Sterling. Them two players are the only players that got like at least 25 up. Do you think that's the reason why they struggle, or do you think the manager needs time on all this as well?
When it comes to the manager,
Mm.
um, he is not new to the Premier League. The guy has been in the Premier League with Southampton, with Tottenham. He got to the Champions League finals with Tottenham, and then he did extremely well with Southampton. So he knows the Premier League inside out. And then the reason why I cannot even make that as I cannot give him an excuse about have to Chelsea about having a new manager is Brighton had a new manager, the Italian guy, but he's doing well for Brighton so far, and he doesn't even have the kind of budget Chelsea has got. He doesn't have the kind of players. I mean, Chelsea have just taken one of their best players last season, and it hasn't affected their performances. They're still playing good football. They're doing well in the league so far. So I can't give that as an excuse, as in they've got a new manager. Sorry, what was your other point again?
Yeah, do you think the manager deserve the criticism he's gotten? Like so many Chelsea fans are saying, like they're saying like basically they had enough the manager, like because of they got
I,
this
I
fit. Like, gone, yeah.
yeah, I think he does. I think he does because of about the age of the players. Yeah, that was your second point. The players being young, but most of these players, um, they've got enough experience to be able to do well in the Premier League. For example, Nicolas Jackson, he's coming from Villarreal, from Spain. You cannot consider the Spanish league to be a small league, and he was doing well there. I think I can't remember his stats, but he scored a lot of goals just before he came. And then who else? That French right back who just got the red card. Yeah, he's a young player, but he wasn't supposed to be a starter. I mean, probably the injury to Reece James made him to be starting in the starting 11. I mean, who else? Um, I can't. Chilwell quite experienced in the Premier League, and I don't think you can consider Chilwell as a young player. Enzo Fernandez, he just won the World Cup, highly experienced, you would say. Yeah, so I can't really give another excuse as well. And I think the manager probably deserves the criticisms he's getting.
Mm.
I really think so, even though I like him. So,
Yeah, okay. Pumps, I'll come to you for now because
sorry about that.
yeah, okay, then go ahead.
No, no, you can go to mode.
Okay, Pumps. Like looking at Chelsea's fixtures at the beginning of the season, I know we all gonna look at the fixture and think like they probably have to win against Forest and Luton, which they did, and then with team again. Who did they play again? Remind me.
Villa.
Villa.
Villa,
I
yeah.
expect them to beat Villa at Stamford Bridge. Are you surprised about the number of points they got?
Yeah, I think of course it's a surprise because obviously again this summer they got a new manager in. Everyone thought, okay, Chelsea, they got a new manager in. Poch is good with young players. That's what everyone says. Poch is good with young players. So, to be honest, if you look at it objectively, yeah, they're not playing bad football. They're playing good football, but there's no substance in there. Meaning, and there's no substance in the back and up front. So defending, they're not the best, and defending they're quite fragile, and attacking as well. They're not ruthless. I think they have been unlucky. I feel like they need some goals, but yes, as far as I'm not surprised where Chelsea are at right now, I am surprised. I am surprised.
I've spoken to a lot of Chelsea
Um,
fans for the
yeah.
past few days. They're telling me like they're basically creating chances, but they don't have a finisher. Well, what do you make of that?
That's good. That's okay. I think that's not a bad problem to have because that means remember they lost Christopher Nkunku in preseason. Nkunku and Jackson were working really well, and Nkunku he was the top goal scorer in the Bundesliga last season. He's a very good finisher. He's not a striker, but he's a number 10. He's a very good finisher. Jackson, he needed to score for me, in my opinion. He needed to score in the first game, 2 games, 3 games, because now there's more pressure. But I still think he'll come good. He'll score. They've got Broja back. He come back from his long term injury. He should be all right as well. But this is the thing. Like for me, when you ask me about Pochettino, I think Pochettino is a good manager, but he's a low key fraud. I'll be real. Um, Especially now, because this is the thing now. Who was signing them players? Did Poch have a say, or was he just agreeing?
That's that's
There's a dip.
that's right now that Chelsea fans they're even confused. They don't know what's going on at the club. They don't know who's signing these players.
There's a difference.
They signed
You know,
two
there's
young
because there's a
players.
difference. Yeah, there's a difference because the thing is, yeah, if your board is signing the players, but they're just coming to you saying, yeah, what about him? You're like, he's a good player. Yeah, that doesn't mean that's still the manager's player because the manager is just giving his approval. But if the manager says, no, I want this guy, I want that guy, I want that guy, then I'm not saying the manager should sign all the players, but there has to be a balance because this is the thing. Todd Bowley, he owns the LA Dodgers baseball team. And what they did was, yeah, him and his partners, what they did with LA Dodgers was the same model that they're doing at Chelsea, which is they bought like so many young players. So this is the plan. This is the Chelsea's plan. Buy young players, put them on long-term contracts, and then it's like a little bit of hope as well that they would all grow together because they're all around the same group, become better footballers and start dominating. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's this is the plan. But this plan, if I the mistake he done was he came in, he sacked Peter Cech, he sacked I think their director of football, he sacked the lady as well. It's like he wanted to come and just do his thing. But bro, you don't know football. This is not like baseball. This is not NFL. This is not basketball. This is football. This is the Premier League. So for him, I think he came in a little bit arrogant, and right now he's feeling the arrogance because signing players doesn't mean you're going to win anything in the Premier League. So that's where I think
Yeah,
he went
and then
wrong.
especially signing
This
these
is
young
this
players.
is football.
Like you remember when they used to say this to Arsene Wenger, saying, "Oh, Arsene Wenger is playing with the youth players." And what did they say? Youth
Yeah,
players don't win you nothing, right? The same
kids, you
the
can't
same thing
win
is happening
anything
to
with
Chelsea
kids.
right
Yeah.
now. You
Yeah,
know,
you
so
can't win anything with
Mm-hmm.
kids. Yeah, I remember that
yeah, you
slogan.
can't win anything with kids. But are you surprised? Like because of the number of money they spend like basically £1 billion, right? And they haven't go
Yeah.
out there and get like a top striker.
It's not just a striker. Like, bro, if you line up those players and told me that the squad costs £1 billion, I wouldn't believe it because I know they're young, yeah, but come on, man. Like some of those players, I don't know. We don't know if they're gonna be good enough. And the striker thing, they did get a striker, Jackson, but this is the thing. Chelsea have also signed big boy strikers before, but it never seemed to work. So I see what they're doing, but for me, I reckon, like when teams came, when Chelsea like came to a team in the summer and wanted to buy it, teams were happy. They were like, "Oh, this guy's got money. Let's just sell him. Let's just sell them our players." Because right now they're buying a lot of Brazilian kids here, but that don't mean that those guys are gonna come through just because they're Brazilian as well.
Yeah,
That thing don't work like that anymore.
and the problem with Chelsea, it looks like they don't have a system. Like you said, they're just buying young players everywhere around the country, hoping just things to work out and all this. And that's why I've spoken to many Chelsea fans earlier in the summer, yeah, when they were making all these signings, yeah. I said to them, bro, I don't think you guys will make top four. Some of them think like, okay, I'm an Arsenal fan, so I don't have any opinion to say, or maybe I'm biased or something. But realistically, if you get a new manager in, yeah, and then you get new players, like 20 players, example, yeah, we all know how football works. It's gonna take time. Even a new manager himself will take at least a year or two to implement
Yeah,
his system. Yeah, right along. If you implement your system, you get all these new players. Yeah, it's gonna take time. So this is why I said to most of these Chelsea fans, yeah, this season don't expect anything. Even top four, forget about top four. Because what happens is you're gonna put high expectation to your football club and they will not deliver. These are all these players you buy in, they're kids number one, they don't know the league number two. So it's gonna take time. That's why I said to them, look, this season, just count this season as a write-off. Play your game. If you get top four, fine. If you don't get top four, know that you'll fight again the following season. Then the following season, players will be more mature, they will be more experienced. Your manager will be like in the second year of his job. So he will
I think
already.
that's because not to cut you off, but I think that's because they see in Tottenham and Arsenal doing okay, so the fan
Yeah,
base are like, "Oh, come on, we spend this much money," but it don't work like that because this
no,
Tottenham squad finished top four. This Arsenal squad challenge for the title, so is different. Like you have yeah, I say at least 3 seasons.
yeah.
This squad, so they have to be patient. They can't sack the manager as well. They have to keep the
No,
manager.
no, they can't sack the manager. And some of them already started turning over the manager. They're saying basically
Yeah,
the manager needs to go.
yeah,
I've seen all those videos online. They say the manager needs to go, and it's too early. This is the problem of Chelsea. Some of these Chelsea fans, they don't have patience, and they're saying this is like what Arsenal have been doing,
Yeah,
like project youth. Yeah, when you have a project youth, project manager, yeah, they need time. It's gonna take time. So what happened is now the problem is we're gonna see how the board gonna be patient with the manager. Because what happened is the fans they will kick in. The fans will kick. They already started. So it's up to the board to see if they're going to stick with the manager or they're going to listen to the fans. So this is where the pressure is going to start. And I think this manager have to start winning now. Yeah. Mark, if you want to say something, you're going to.
yeah. In any organization you run in, you need a structure. You need a structure, and these Americans, because they just about getting into football now. I mean, not all of them, but recently we've seen example, Chelsea have American owners. Even AC Milan, my team, we have American owners now. And when he came, he sacked Maldini and his assistant, who were doing very well last season. I mean, Maldini basically won us the league, the Serie A, when it was very unexpected. But the way that they come in with their money and with as Mori is saying, with their mindset of what they're used to doing in America, American sports, sometimes it's just it comes out too arrogant for us who are used to how we see teams being run in Europe. But for them, they have sometimes a different sort of they want to go about the business in a different way, basically. But then football is totally different. How football clubs are run is totally different from how American sports are. Because I'm just gonna put all of them in a pool, American sports, because most of them they run in a similar fashion. It's just about
yeah.
putting money into the organization. Whereas and when it comes to football, you need time. You need to give it time and you need to have patience. I remember Alex Ferguson was nearly sacked before he got on to be great during his last season. So if he was having American owners by then, they probably wouldn't have been patient enough with him. They would have sacked him.
Mhm.
So this is the formula that they come with. In AC Milan, we are lucky because of we had a lot of debt before they came in. So when they came in, they can't spend above certain thresholds because of the FIFA fair play issue. But when it comes to the English teams, they can easily come over that because the teams turn over a lot of money.
Mhm.
like their gate takings,
Yeah, Premier League.
their TV rights, and all of these things. Even without the team doing well,
Yeah.
the clubs rake in a lot of money, so they can easily spend and justify their spending. So that can be a double-edged sword for teams like Chelsea. Now the owners are just buying players left, right, and center, and it doesn't seem to be working.
Mm.
I'm really fascinated to see how this is gonna go on for Chelsea.
Yeah, because we haven't had anything, any of your opinion at the beginning of the season. Do you think they will make top four? Like,
So far, I
mm,
don't think so. But if they do, I will not be surprised.
mm,
Based on what I'm seeing, I don't think so. But if they do, I will not be surprised. And I base it on two things. They've got a very good manager, and they've got good players. They've got a very good manager and they've got good players. So it can easily turn around for them. You never know. You never know. But from the way things are looking right now, I don't think they'll make it.
okay. So, if you have to put your top four, who would you put in your top four right now as things stand?
I mean, the Premier League now is two leagues. You have the winner who is City. Definitely, I think City is going to win the league.
and everyone else.
We all know. We
Then you
all
have everyone else. That everyone else,
know.
I will put my money on Arsenal. I'm not putting it according to like second, third, and fourth. I'm just
Mm.
saying it as I'm thinking of it. I'm thinking of Arsenal. I'm thinking I'm
United,
thinking Arsenal. I'm thinking no, definitely not United. I'm thinking Liverpool.
Liverpool.
I'm
Okay.
thinking Arsenal, Liverpool, and I'm thinking Newcastle as a dark horses.
Ooh, surprise.
If Newcastle come out of the Premier League early, sorry, of the Champions League early, I
Mm.
think they can finish top four.
Fair play.
But
Fair play.
remember,
Yeah,
But
this
that's
year
what
is
I
top
think.
five. It's not four.
Huh?
It's top five this year.
top five, yeah,
This year's
there's
top
50
five. It's not four.
Champions League. Mm. So
Yeah.
choose one more.
How come? How come?
Yeah, there's
So
So you need to
I,
put
I
in
mean, I've been hearing.
Man United. Come on, put in one more.
No,
Put
no,
us
no.
in there.
Okay, no, no. You guys need to help me out here. I'm thinking there's going to be a new format for the Champions League from next season. Can someone tell me what the format is like? It's going to be like, because I
well,
don't even know.
I haven't even researched about it, but from all I know is it's gonna be one to
No.
five,
Yeah.
1 to 5
So
Champions
all
League.
European teams are going to have 5 teams.
I'm not sure European. I think it's from what
No,
I
no, no.
understand.
So basically, the
Yeah.
the reason why there's 5 teams in this season is because Man City won the Champions League and West Ham won the Conference League, so they gave the English teams an extra spot.
Ooh,
It has nothing to
Oh,
do
okay,
with the format for it.
okay,
okay.
okay. So top five. I would have to put I'll have to put Tottenham in there. Tottenham,
Yeah,
yeah, I have to put Tottenham.
United.
I really don't think Man United would finish top five. I really don't think so.
I will not be surprised.
Seriously, I don't think so.
I will not be surprised as well.
I think
Okay,
I'll be
okay.
surprised if
So
they do.
Maki, what's your deal with United then? Like, what is it? Is this
No,
like
no,
a
no, no,
young thing?
I can
Are
no,
you
really,
part of
no.
that generation that
I,
Now we're
Ferguson,
coming to United.
no. I
Howard
can
Webb?
break it down for you.
Now we're coming to
Hold on,
United.
hold on.
United.
Well, break it down.
Basically,
Yeah, sure.
United won on the weekend. We moved to United. United won on the weekend 1-0, and tonight they beat Palace
We smashed them
3-0.
3-0. Yep.
3-0. You know, it was an entertaining
Mm.
game, but towards the end, it was a bit boring for me. So I need to switch off the TV and just come and sit here and program, set up my,
That's okay.
you know, But yeah, well, Marky, I'll start with
All
you.
right.
United. What do you make of United this season so far? Up
um,
and down, isn't it?
yeah, Modu, let me just be clear. It's not like I have any issues with United or everything. I just try to be realistic. I'm not like a fan of United, and that is based on certain United fans. But when it comes to what happens on the pitch, I try to be as honest as I can. And I can be wrong. Obviously, I'm human, but I
Yeah.
try to be as honest as I can. But to be honest with you, Modu, I'm surprised that United have
Yeah.
got this bad start. I wasn't expecting this. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't expecting United to have this bad of a start. I really wasn't expecting that. But that coming, it's got me thinking, has Ten Hag really got hold of the dressing room? That's what is coming to my head because
Okay.
I'm like, okay, towards the end of the season, they did okay last year towards the end of the season, and then I couldn't get okay towards the end of last season. I didn't get why Ten Hag was playing the striker they got on loan from Burnley, the Dutch player,
Vrekos.
that tall guy. I forgot his name. Weghorst. I
Vrekos.
didn't get why Ten Hag was playing Weghorst in midfield and having Rashford in front of him. I couldn't get that. So I'm thinking, okay, the season is finished. Now you're gonna sign yourself at number 10.
Burkos was the only
But then
striker
he
he
signed
had, though. Burkos was the
no,
only
no, but he
striker
was
he had.
playing him, but he was playing him midfield. Weghorst was playing behind
Some
Rashford
games, in
most
in
of the games.
yeah, in some games, because
But
he was actually better at controlling the ball than finishing. That's why Rashford is a much more clinical finisher than him. So he had to work with what he had. He didn't want work like he wanted a permanent striker, but they bought him a striker on loan. Like they were like, no, we can't. You have to get someone on loan. I
okay,
mean,
so why
so
didn't he get a midfielder on loan? Why didn't he get a number 10 on loan?
because we
Because
didn't have a
Weghorst is
striker.
not a number 10. Yeah, but Rashford can play there.
No, but
Rashford can. So why would you buy
no,
a
but
striker
Beko,
and play him midfield?
no. That was just some games though.
That
Majority
was
of the
a lot
games,
of
Weghorst
games,
played
Mood.
number 9.
No, that was a lot of
No.
games.
That
Seriously. Okay,
it was
I'll bring that. I'll
some.
bring that
Nah,
stat
it
to you
wasn't
later on.
every
I'll
game.
send it to you. I'll
Yeah, I
show
want
you
to
that
see the
stat.
stat.
I think Vrekos played a lot of games as well in
Okay.
that position. I think he's right. He did.
Yeah, he played a lot
No,
of
but
games
he
because
didn't play more games in
I used to
midfield
have that
than he
debate
did
with
in
a
striker.
United fan.
No, because at the
I
time
used to have that.
you didn't have a number 10, so he was playing like a number 10 basically.
Yeah, he was. And then in
But we
the
didn't
first
have a
half, he
number
would
9
play
either.
that. But Rashford can play there. Marshall can play there. I think Marshall was
Nah,
injured probably, but he can play. No, I'm
but
not saying that
Rashford
he's the
cannot.
best player to
Rashford is
play there,
not
but
good.
he can play there. Yeah, Rashford is better out
Mm.
wide. I agree with that. I agree with that. But he can play number 9 if there's an issue. Because Rashford burst into the United starting lineup playing number 9. That's how he got into the that's how the Dutch manager brought him. I forgot his name as well. He
Vanga.
was the one who gave
Yeah.
He gave Rashford his debut. I think it was against Arsenal,
Yeah,
and he came in as a number 9.
he scored 2 goals. I remember
Yeah,
that
he
game.
scored 2 goals, and then he scored against City as well. I think his next game was against City, and he scored City as well.
Hmm.
So I
Yeah, he
thought
scored the
in
winner.
the
Yeah.
summer United are gonna go for a proper number 10, but then United went and signed Mason Mount. To me, I don't think
No, but
Mason Mount
see.
would. Go ahead.
Okay, no, I'm glad you.
Go ahead.
I'm glad you brought it up because this is what people don't understand, like know about the Mason Mount thing and a lot of things. See,
Okay.
what at Man
Go
United,
ahead.
managers do not get their number one choice. They just don't, yeah, because the club is run badly, yeah. So for the Mason Mount position, first of all, he wanted there's a number 10, number 8, 10, and he can play 8 as well at Feyenoord because Feyenoord had an amazing season last season. They won the league, the Dutch league. He wanted a Turkish guy. I forgot his name, Konu or something like that. They acted slow. Didn't get him. Last summer he wanted Rabiot. They couldn't get him. This summer he wanted. So this is before Mason Mount's name was even mentioned. He wanted Rabiot. He's like, okay, get me Rabiot and Amrabat. If you look at Rabiot, he's a ball. He progresses the ball. The Turkish guy progresses the ball as well. That's what he
Mhm.
wants. He wanted Frankie De Jong. He's missing someone that takes the ball and progresses up the pitch. Mason Mount doesn't progress the
Can I,
ball, but
okay. Can I
he
ask
can
one
he
quick
can
question?
progress the
Why
ball.
do you think why do you
Yeah,
think he can't get all of these players? Why do you think Man United now can't get all these players? A big team like Man United. Why do you think?
yeah. Oh, okay. That's all right. That's pretty
Because of the
easy
Glazers. The
because number
Glazers.
one, yeah,
Man
exactly. Number one
United
is
taking
the
the
ownership. Yeah, the the the, the ownership. Um, last season, last week's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer done an interview, and he said he was only allowed to make 3 signings. Can you believe that? 3 signings per summer. He was made to sign that
Wow.
he can only make 3 signings. But the guy was happy because it's a dream for him to manage United. So he's like, you know what, I'm gonna take the job anyway. A club like Man United,
Mhm.
it's cheaper to renew players' contracts than to buy new players. Like on the balance sheet, it's cheaper. Man United are the only club on the stock market. You will not find any other football club in the world on the New York Stock Exchange. Yeah. And the other thing is, we are the only club where the owners take out money mid-season. So they take out dividends. Each of their 6 Glazers, each of them take out 11 million every, I think it's about every 4 months, right? So it's a cash cow for them. They don't love football. They're Americans. They have a football team, and I think they have a baseball team as well. They're not like Todd Bowley. So for us, what they done is, instead of recruit, when every other top team has like football people on the board level that make smart decisions, we have bankers that are very good at striking partnership deals, very good at making money for the club because it's a brand. Look at Man United. We're not at our best, but we have the record for the uh, most lucrative brand deal right now this year, and we are one of the few clubs in the world that only has a sponsor only for our training kits, not match day training kits. So for them, they don't care, but as long as they get Champions League, that's it. So this is why Man United have lost so much money on players and spend silly money on players, and this is why we can't get rid of players, because we get players, put them on big contracts because it's easier to renew contracts than to buy new players. So this is why. So this is why it's very hard for me to judge a manager.
Yeah,
No manager will, hardly any
yeah.
manager
That
come here succeed under this reign. Yeah.
I think I agree with you 100%. Man United has a management problem. The structure and how the club is ran is totally wrong, and it doesn't even exist. I don't think it even exists. And then that's like this was one of the
No, it
points
doesn't.
I always used to point out to Van like a couple of years ago. I said, you guys don't have a structure. There is no like, okay, this is our plan. This is where you want to get to. There is no that you just want a quick fix. You just want to bring back the glory days in a heartbeat. And that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. So I think based on that, there's not much to say about United then. Because those are the facts right there.
Yeah. But
Thank you.
I've
This is
got
it. This
to.
is it. But no, fans like Shani in the group, all these Arsenal fans in the group, they don't care. Yeah, all they want to do is beat Man United with the stick because we hurt them so bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Alka will
Yeah,
never
Man
admit.
United used to destroy Arsenal, man.
But
Seriously.
I hate
Alka will
United.
never admit about Glazer problems.
I can't stand
But
them.
it's
No, no,
okay.
no. For me, like United, yeah, I don't base it on the Glazers. For me, like I said last time our Thursday podcast, I said United, there's yes, you can say the Glazers have problem. They're not putting more money, but again, the Glazers they have put money into the club, whether you like it or not. They did. Maybe it's not
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
No, they haven't
Yeah,
put money. This is the other myth.
But they're not
By the
running the
way,
club.
this is the
I
other
think
myth.
they're not running the club.
This is the odd. Hold on, this is the other myth. Like this other, it's actually a false thing that people say about Man United. They say, "Oh, the Glazers spend 1 million." No, okay. Man United spend 1 billion on itself, and the Glazers over 10 years, over a decade, have taken out 1 billion out of Man United. How can you
But
spend money on a club?
who authorizes that spending? I think that's the point. Who authorizes
Of
those
course,
spendings?
no, of course, it's them. But if you look at all the top clubs, yeah, who,
Mhm.
like for example, Chelsea. That's not Chelsea spending 1 billion on itself. That's the owners. Man City. That's the owner spending money on itself, right? Even Arsenal
But
recently.
then that
That's the
raises another point. So, sorry, just to interrupt that
yeah.
just there. Then that raises another point. Are these clubs meeting the FIFA financial fair play rules?
No,
Chelsea
they're not.
and Man
Man,
City.
that's why. Yeah, they're
So
not.
how
But
come
that's
they're
why.
not punished?
Yeah,
How
but
come they're not punished?
Man City got 115 charges spending. I hope they get punished because they've been cheating. They have been cheating.
Of
Chelsea have
course.
cheated in the past as well. Chelsea have cheated. It's the same model.
Mm. But yeah,
But
but my
Alka,
point
to
is my
say
point with United. Go on.
no, to say that the Glazers have spent 1 billion, where they gonna get the billion from? First of all, this is how they bought the club. Their father, by the way, they didn't buy the club. Their dad borrowed 200 million from the bank, and then he put up, I
Mhm.
think, another 400 million of his own money and bought Man United. So for you to buy a Premier League club, you cannot borrow money and buy that club. That's because of Man United. Like that's their anti-Glazer clause, yeah. So first of all, they borrowed money, bought Man United, and then he gave Man United to his 6 kids. He gave him to his 6 kids. Man United just on match day revenue, they make 500 million just on a year, just on match day revenue. So when people say Man United spend the Glazers put spend a billion. That's Man United's money. They've never put one penny in United. You know that. And now they're about to walk away as billionaires when they sell. It's a great business model, but it's a bad way to run a club. Do you understand? Because Man United
Yeah, but
and the fact that okay, go on.
yeah, no, quickly. Well, I wanted to just to finish my point. So for me, like United, this United, you United fans here need to accept the reality. United is not United years ago, right? Accept where you are and stop
Who said
doing
it
all
is?
this.
Who said it
No, no,
is?
1
I
minute.
just told you why we're not. I
You
just
no,
told you
no,
why
1
we're
minute.
not.
You had your time. I'm having my time. Let me make my point quickly and we move on because we got a lot of
Okay,
topics to
run.
talk
Go on.
about.
Let me hear your agenda. Go on. Let me hear your
Yeah,
agenda.
no, no, not agenda. But what I'm saying is, United, all they have to do is accept that your club is not at the level. Yes, you mentioned standard in the group standards and all this. Those standards are not at United right now, right? They're not. So all I want from United fans, this is what other fans have been facing years ago. Fans like Arsenal, fans like Tottenham, fans like Liverpool, they've been facing
So
this.
when my manager tells a football player that he has to apologize before he comes, you guys are calling
No,
him big
no,
ego
1 minute,
because
1 minute.
you guys that's
No,
not
no,
standards then.
no. My point with Sancho, I've spoken to Van off camera just 2 hours ago. I said to Van, look, my opinion with Sancho on the manager situation is for me, my opinion, the manager is wrong for calling out Sancho. Whatever he said to Sancho is for me is wrong, right? Now 1 minute. And then Sancho is wrong as well for going to the media, questioning the manager or whatever the manager said. Sancho is wrong. And Sancho should be apologizing. He should be. He should be apologizing. But I believe the manager should have handled it in a different way. That's my opinion anyway. But let me hear from
Can you ask
Maki.
Maki, what do you think about the Sancho thing? Because
Yeah.
for me, I don't understand. Sir Alex Ferguson kicked
Yeah,
out Yap Stam out of Man United because he wrote something about the dressing room in his book, and Fergie didn't even read that, and he kicked him out. So what are you guys talking about?
Yeah, but listen, 1 minute.
yeah.
Fagi,
Let
Maki,
let me put my opinion on that,
Fagi is a
and
winner.
I'm gonna.
He wins trophies. This
Ten Hag is
manager
a
Yeah,
winner
that's
as
what I
well.
was
Ten
gonna.
Hag is a winner as
Yeah,
well.
that's the, no, no,
no,
no,
he,
no, no,
he
no, no,
hasn't
no,
proven
no,
anything.
Mood. That's where I
He
was gonna
hasn't.
start.
He hasn't
You
proven
can't
anything.
compare Ten Hag with
Exactly.
Alex
So
Ferguson.
Ten Hag,
I
Okay,
wasn't.
so he shouldn't do. So he shouldn't stand on his beliefs then,
No,
because
he
so
he's
Ten
cannot
Alex
Hag
stand.
don't
No, no,
Ferguson.
win. So Ten Hag don't win any trophy, yeah?
He, do- he
Alka
has
when you have
nothing.
why? So Ten Hag don't win
Because
anything.
can I? Yeah,
Aha, tell them.
can I get my opinion on the Sancho Ten Hag thing? Yeah.
Maggie, this is the problem of United fans. They don't want to listen whatever you say. What I'm saying is
No,
facts.
no, no, no. But
Doesn't beat the league.
let me just make my point. 2 minutes.
Let
Yeah, I'm not
Maki
gonna be.
make his
Yeah,
point.
2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes. Yeah, you really can't compare Ten Hag with Ferguson.
No,
You really can't.
I'm not
As much
comparing
as
though,
as
Maki.
much
I'm not.
as much as I wasn't a Ferguson fan, that man is a legend in football and in United. He's a legend. You have to give him that. So you can't like the methods that Ferguson were using in United when he got his approval stamp. Ten Hag can't start using those measures right now.
No, because
I think what Ten Hag did was a big risk. It was a big risk. Personally, I think he wanted to get the best out of Sancho. He wanted to help him. But people are different. You can say to me, you can go on the media and talk about me if I'm a player and say, oh, Mark is not training well. It can come out two ways. I can either it can make even it can either make me get my head down, work harder, and prove you wrong by people see me what they do, and then you're gonna be smiling because I haven't proven you wrong. You just got the best out of me. Or I can be like, what is this? What is my man saying? I can go on social media and say, oh, that's not true. So I think it was a big risk that Erin Ten Hag didn't need to take. I don't think he needed to say anything about any of his players at this moment because the whole team is struggling. The whole club is struggling. It's not only one player not training well. That's your problem. That's not my United problem. Just one
people,
player not training well. It's not my
people,
United's problem.
people
My
mention,
United has a problem in the whole structure.
yeah, Marky,
So I don't think he should have said that.
people mention that Pep Guardiola was doing that with. Well, Pep Guardiola was doing that and he was still winning matches. And then he's up to pitch, everything is going well. So you can do that when everything is going well in the football club. You can afford to do that. But if
And,
things
and
are in a mess, you cannot do
yeah,
that.
it's a risk. It was a big risk. Let me tell you one story. I don't know whether you guys know about it. Do you know Pep Guardiola once like talked to Foden in a very sort of disrespectful way or whatever?
Mm.
And then Foden waited for him in the dressing room for him to come out, and Foden told him in his face, please don't ever talk to me like that again,
Yeah.
especially in front of people." Foden said that, and Pep was happy that Foden did that
Mm.
because he made him come out of his shell. So people are different.
Mhm.
People are not going to react the same way. But in my opinion, obviously what Sancho did was wrong. But I think Ten Hag started all of this because I think Ten Hag didn't need to say what he said about Sancho. That's my take on it. He didn't need to say. He
Yeah.
didn't need to bring up this issue at all.
Yeah. But anyway, Fox, you wanted to say something? Go on.
Yeah, me, all I want to say is, Ten Hag is a human being and Sancho is a human being. Sancho got feelings as well. You understand? You cannot disrespect someone that you don't even know how he came to the club. And then someone with a very good potential, with a good career, and then you just want to come because you feel like the person is not doing what you want. You go outright to disrespect that individual. People are different. That's the same thing that happened to Pep with Samuel Eto'o, with Ronaldinho, with Yaya Toure, with other Balotelli, with Mancini. So players, they are human beings. When you try to disrespect them, one, they will not play for you. Two, they will disrespect you
Paul
too.
Pogba.
You understand? Paul Pogba, etc. So I think managers should learn. They should know how to address issues, that are happening in their compound or in their household. The media should not know everything. But the media, all their problem is to make money. They would try to gossip and do certain things, but you know how to keep your house. Sir Alex Ferguson was different. Mourinho too was different. Other managers like Angelotti, they use different methods to address players' situation. So why can't he be like that? I'm not happy with Sancho's reaction, but I'm with Sancho more than Ten Hag because Sancho is young, and then his way of thinking will be totally different from the way Ten Hag's supposed to think. They are two different people. He more come back, more go up hell. Understand? So this one is still a boy with loaded, and then his mentality is different. I think Ten Hag's supposed to try to get the boy back, talk to the boy, let them forget about all those bullshit, and then work for the benefit of Manchester United. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's my nearest topic. So we'll move on to Liverpool. I'll start with Marky. What do you make of Liverpool season so far?
Oh, Liverpool are just about getting into gear. I mean, I thought they were going to struggle because I couldn't see any much difference in their setup. Because what's his name again? The guy they got from Brighton just came in and replaced
McAllister.
yeah, McAllister just came and replaced what's he called again? The Spanish boy. Uh, I'm not
Uh,
good with names to be honest.
which one is what the midfielder?
Yeah, the midfielder, yeah.
Thiago.
Thiago.
Thiago. Yeah, he
Yeah.
just came and replaced Thiago. So I didn't see much of a difference in their system. So I really thought, oh, okay, the only difference is they started getting the right back Trent into the middle. That's the only difference I saw,
And he's
which is
injured right now anyway.
yeah, he's injured right now. Yeah, yeah. And I haven't watched the game since he got injured, so I don't know whether I don't think um um thingy would be going in there right now. The right back they're playing. What's he called again?
Or the,
Trent.
the new
Or,
signing.
or Gomez. Is it Gomez?
Gomez. I don't think Gomez is doing that. I don't know whether anyone watched Liverpool recently. Is Gomez going into the middle when they have the ball?
Mm.
Not like Trent. Not like Trent.
Yeah. So I really that's the only difference, but it seems to be working for them because I'm seeing a different Liverpool, and I think that will be thanks to Pep. Pep is revolutionizing the Premier League
Mm.
because he started it. Everybody's following suit. Arsenal is doing it.
Yeah.
Um, Liverpool is doing it, and I think there's another team that I saw did it in the Premier League. I can't remember who. Even AC Milan, my team is doing it occasionally.
Brighton tried to do that as well sometimes.
Yeah, Brighton. Yeah, it's Brighton. Yeah, I think Brighton tried to do that as well. So yeah, I mean, I think that is working for them, and this is why I put them in my top four because I
Fair
think
play.
they can be up there.
Fair play. Palms, Liverpool.
Liverpool, man. I hate those
They won
guys,
on the
man.
weekend and
But
they beat West
to
Ham
be honest,
3-1.
yeah, this is the thing. I think I had a conversation with you. I told you before the start of the season. They front, they have about 4 or 5 strikers that can all score goals. That's dangerous, man. Like that is dangerous. Their midfield as well. Up until the final day of the season, the midfield was basic, but now they've bought Gravenberch, McAllister. They got that Japanese DM as well. Only the defense is a bit weak, but I see Liverpool challenging. Definitely, I see them challenging.
Facts. Liverpool.
Okay, you know, Liverpool have been telling you that since in the beginning. I have high hopes on them. I told you there are certain teams in this Premier League. Me, I don't underestimate them.
So
Man U,
why do you
Man
underestimate?
U, Chelsea. No, look,
Why do
allow
you
me to talk. You ask
answer that
because
question?
I know what they have. They have a very good technical-minded manager, and then they also have quality players. They can have bad days, and then they can have just misfunctions, but it doesn't mean that they cannot bounce back. They are very good. I told you that. Them Chelsea, Man U, and then with Spurs, they are very
You
good.
think
So I don't underestimate those teams.
you think Liverpool will challenge for the league?
Of course, yes, I told you that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, like Liverpool, they do like Modu said, they play well, attacking. They're very good midfield as well. But I'm just not convinced. Like with Liverpool, with defensively and like because of I think this year also the problem the difference is Klopp is not playing like a high line like what he was playing last season. Last season Klopp was playing more like a high line, so they were getting caught out of the defense. So I think this year he's letting his defenders to drop at least to drop more than like to play the high line. So I think that was a key as well for them not to lose games or even concede many. But they're defensively. I'm just worried about them, but they're looking good. They're looking good so far. Yeah, I think they will, but I'm just worried about Europe as well. What they're going to do to them and all this, but we'll see. But at the moment they're looking
But
good.
for the Premier League, I think that's going to be a big stretch for them.
Mm.
They haven't got they've got European football, right? They've got Europa League.
They got
If
Europa
they
League.
play in the if they play in the second string team in the Europa League,
Yeah.
probably that might give them an edge. But to me, the league is cities to lose.
Mm.
To be honest, the cities to lose.
Yeah. But we haven't seen your camera. Are you off camera? Or but
Yo,
anyway.
I just put a message in the group. Now it did their business, man. No
Okay.
no electricity.
Gambia, oh, Gambia, oh, the same thing.
Man's in Africa, man.
Boy, big far away, na go Gambia, oh, the same thing.
But anyway, just
At least you can hear me and I can hear you, so that's a good thing, isn't it?
no, that's fine. That's fine. Anyway, we'll move to Arsenal. I'll start with you, Marty. What do you make of Arsenal so far this season? 2 draws all week.
I mean, I really wasn't expecting Arsenal to have this start. I was expecting a better start from Arsenal.
Mm.
Yeah, I was really expecting a better start from Arsenal. Now you're in the Champions League full time, not the Europa League. So you're gonna have a stretch in your squad. One thing I saw in your previous game, which surprised me, like Jesus on the left,
Mm.
Nketiah up front, and Saka on the right. Was there an injury to Trossard? Martinelli had a red card, right?
No, what happened is that was on the weekend against Tottenham. Because what happened
Yeah.
is Martinelli was injured and then
Yeah.
Trossard. Trossard. Martinelli was injured against Everton, and then Trossard came in and scored. And then what happened on training ground? Trossard get injured, and then he couldn't make the match.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
what happened.
okay.
What happened is we have to play Jesus on the left because we cannot play Eddie on the left because Eddie will not come down. He will not track back. But Jesus
Yeah.
can track back and all this. So we end up playing that to fit in Eddie. So right now, at the moment we're lacking, our front we're lacking like a squad depth because we got basically
See,
2 players out.
and this is
Mm.
where City edges it. City
Yeah.
have got 2 squads, have got players that can come in, and you wouldn't even notice a difference in the team.
Yeah.
This is the problem. So last year, Arsenal had a good run of having only one major player to be injured, which was Jesus,
Yeah.
for like a couple 3-4 months. So if you have injuries, that's where it's gonna show whether this is a proper squad or not.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if Arsenal are getting injuries, they're gonna suffer because Thingy is not hasn't like gelled yet. What's his name again? the guy you got from Chelsea, a
Harvard.
German. Yeah,
He's rubbish.
Harvard.
He's rubbish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think he's rubbish. To be honest with you, I really don't think he's rubbish. He only needs a manager to get the best out of him with a system. Play in. I don't think Hazard is a false nine. I don't know why they play him there. I really
No, we
don't
don't
think
play.
that's
No,
his
we
best
don't play
position.
force. We play him like 8. We play left-sided 8.
Yeah, I think he can do that job. I really think he
No,
can
we
do
play
that.
him that side. We're
But
not gonna play
probably
left-right.
probably needs time.
Right now, he's better than him, even though
Yeah,
he's
probably
really
needs
good.
time. Yeah, so based on these things, I really don't know what I'm gonna be expecting from Arsenal. I'll give it till December, and then I can make up my mind on that. Yeah.
Fair play. But
Hey,
yeah,
Martin, Arsenal do tous. Ay, bobo rek, bobo, ani bobo rek.
what do you make of Declan Rice? Declan Rice signing. You think it's a good signing?
Ah,
Media
I think he
side.
was overpriced. I think he was overpriced. That I can say because he's an English
Media
player,
side.
so they're gonna
Yeah.
put odds on it. But I don't really see him as a special player. To be honest with you, I don't really
No.
see Declan Rice. He's a player who's got energy, who can run about the field, run about the midfield, up and down, or be a holding midfield player. That's all. That's all. And
Yeah,
I can name you 2, 3 other players who can do the same job as him,
Thank
but
you.
they
Thank you
wouldn't
very much,
cost the amount
Maki.
of money he cost.
Maki, I
Yeah,
just
no,
want to say
the
thank
price
you.
tag is always gonna come on, Maki. I agree with you. I think the price tag is overpriced, but for me, I think it's a good signing for me. I think the price tag is over, but it's a good signing because as a defensive midfielder, what do you expect your defensive midfielder to do? It's like what? To do the basics and number one, defend, give the ball away, give the ball to the whatever the case is, and then just defend. That's it. Stop the attackers
Yeah,
into your box.
no,
That's the
no,
basic.
don't get me wrong. I think he can be good for he can be good for Arsenal if he does that. But what I'm saying is the way that people talk about him, I think he's not like a special
Overhyped.
player.
Yeah,
Overhyped.
Exactly.
it's
I
English
really don't
football.
think so. I really don't think so. If you put Partey and Declan Rice for me, I'll take Partey whole day.
Yeah. Part is miles. Part is miles.
Exactly. So you see what Partey has got, Declan Rice hasn't got that. Partey is a baller.
Yeah. But
He
I
can.
for Rice, Marky, I think Rice is just come to Arsenal. So for me, I'm giving him time because he needs to understand the system, force the system that Arsenal, because Partey's been there for 3-4 seasons now. He understands the system, is it? So I think
Yeah,
right now it's gonna be too early to criticize Rice for me.
No, but we don't.
probably, and he can be a good player. All what I was saying is, I think he was overhyped, or he is
Yeah,
overhyped.
yeah,
That's
the
Rice
thing
just
is,
the
has been
point.
playing.
always overhyped.
Rice has been playing in this league for a
But
good 5, 6 years. He's not a foreign
Yeah,
player that came up from abroad. So yes, we can criticize it. It's not too early. We
You
can
can criticize, but I feel
if
like
they can criticize Paul Pogba and all these other foreign players, I can criticize Rice.
no,
So
but
stop
no,
making excuses for him.
no, hold on, Pam. It's a different case because
How is it a
at
different
United.
case?
Hold on. Pogba was at United how many seasons?
What?
but he wasn't a regular player. He wasn't a regular starter at United.
Pogba made less than 5 appearances before he left for Juventus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because he's always injured.
Declan Rice was West Ham's
Declan
captain,
Rice came through the English academy. He played for
Yeah,
and
the
he was
academy, and
and
they
he was
paid
the
for
captain of West Ham.
that's true. But look at it. Grealish and the Man City. Grealish was struggling 4 seasons. He did
but,
struggle.
bro.
but
Everybody
I'll
that knows football,
Huh?
everyone that understands football knows that Grealish is all wrong for Pep football. Grealish is the type of footballer
No. It's not about
that
everybody
you
that
let fly.
understands.
It is that, bro.
Yo,
It
What?
is
I didn't, for the life of me, I didn't understand why Pep signed Grealish for 100 million
exactly.
pounds.
Thank
I
you.
didn't get that. I really
Grealish
didn't
would
get
have
that for
been
the
better
life
for
of me,
Man
seriously.
United.
So
Trust
this
me.
is that's why I said to you, Grealish went to Man City. He struggled 4 seasons. So for me, give him 1 season, this season, if he struggled, then you can criticize. But he needs to get used to the system first. That's it. For me.
Well, we
I'll
can
ask me
criticize
my
him.
opinion.
You don't have
Boy,
this
boy,
argument.
pals, what come
But,
like,
but,
boy? What come
You
like,
don't argue
boy?
about Rice.
Facts.
why,
Larger facts.
You know my
well,
personal.
like facts, then I can make my point. I need to make a point.
Okay, go on.
Facts. Go.
Okay, ask me my point, boy.
Go on, Fox. What's your point?
Okay. To be fair enough, yeah. Declan Rice is a good player, good signing for Arsenal, yeah. To be honest, because it's there to boost your midfield, hold balls, make good passes, chase balls like real, N'Golo Kante style. I understand that, but as I said in my entire life, top to bottom, all English players are average players.
Yeah.
They are all the English players in the whole world, except one person who is climbing
No,
up.
that player is not average. Saka is not average. I'm sorry.
No, hold on, boy.
Saka is English.
Saka.
He's not average.
During Saka, you see the way Saka is. Can you compare Saka and Saviola style at the same time, the same period? So this is why I'm telling you, world class football. You know how world class footballers are. English media make players to be demigods, and they are not even there. You understand? Their media is playing their mouth and then making the players look big. It's only Bellingham who is trying to become somebody because of where he is playing now. Let us watch. But I mean, it's not too early to criticize Rice. Rice was born and like a muro butter in this Premier League. He knows everything of the Premier League.
But
You understand? He has wait, Alka, no, wait. You know, he's been the chocolate, he's been the butter, he's been everything in the league. Declan has more experience than all the Paul Pogba people you are talking about when it comes to the Premier League, because he grew. He was a baby. He crawled. He walked. He jogged. He run, and then he's still in the system. Remember, he was a full-time captain. West Ham couldn't go without him.
Yep,
So
exactly.
now, yes, you understand. So he's expected to pick up. Good, but as you also said, let us give him time and see. Maybe he needs to pick up. He needs to pick up.
People that criticize Rice, they're unfair on Rice, because what happened is,
Okay.
Rice is not doing
I'm
anything.
not
One minute.
I'm not criticizing.
Rice is not doing anything bad. Rice is playing the football that Arteta asked him to play, and he's doing that very well on the team. The team is winning.
Good.
We haven't lost a game. We
Good.
drew 2 games, right?
Good.
So until
Good enough.
Rice is not performing up to his standard, then we can criticize. So right now, I think if you criticize Rice, it's unfair. For me, that's my opinion. Anyway.
No one is criticizing him. We are just running our mouth like you run your mouth to every player.
No,
We are watching. Alka, we are not stupid, boy. We watch you. We know. We know. We know. No, hold on, youth man. Hold on. We know football. We watch football like you. It is not because of we watching in Al Jazeera. You are watching in Pakistan. No, we watch the same league. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? No. Hold on, boy.
We are talking to you. You haven't been at Old Trafford for God knows. When was the last time you've been at Old Trafford?
Now you see.
Why are you talking about that?
But I wanted to make a point on Alka. I wanted to make a quick point, Alka.
Go on. Maggie.
Yeah, I don't think in this modern day of football, the amount of excuses that you give players that they need time to settle in. I mean, no one has that time now. I can't have Declan Rice, captain of West Ham, coming to play for Arsenal. I mean, I'm saying I'm going to give him time. I can't have Grealish playing captain of Aston Villa, coming to Man City and say I'm going to give him time. If I put a player from my academy, 16, 17-year-old, I can give that boy time. But I can't give a grown man who's been a captain of a previous Premier League club and give him time. Even if I sign you from a different league, from France or from, because the reason why I sign you is because of you're supposed to be better than the rest. You're not supposed to be an average player. If I sign an average player, then I'll give you time. But if I sign someone for 80 million, 90 million, 100 million, my friend, you ain't got time. Seriously, you ain't got time.
Marky, your point. Let me respond to your point. The problem why I said players need time here. Okay. Grealish and Rice here, they both left their football club. They went to different managers, right? You went to a different manager, from your manager that played defensive to a manager that plays attacking, right? So you need to get used to the attacking system. Basically, when you get the ball, you move the ball quick. We attack. But when he was at West Ham, when he get the ball, he's thinking about to pass it back. You get it? So it takes time for the player to get used to the system. That's my only criticism. That's why I said he needs time to understand the system. Just the system.
I agree.
It's either you have it or you don't.
Yeah, the point I'm trying to make is that you're talking about
he doesn't got it.
You're talking about a pro player, Alka. You're not talking about an average player. You're talking about a pro player, above average. If I'm an accountant, and I'm working for Modu, and then Alka hires me, Alka is not going to give me time to settle in this company. Okay, the time is going to give me is about 2-3 days. And you've got the whole preseason to do that. You've got the whole preseason to know what the club is about.
Okay, if we have to criticize Rice, then example, Pumps, before you come in, then we have to criticize Chelsea's midfielders because they've been worse than Rice. They haven't done nothing.
We do criticize them, but But this is
No,
the
no,
thing. We are they are getting criticism.
Cancelo has been rubbish. Enzo Fernandez has been rubbish.
No,
So far.
okay. Let me say two things. Well, the first thing
But
I
they need
disagree
time.
with Maki with, I think.
They need
Hold on.
time.
I think if a player comes from a foreign league, they usually take a year in the. We've seen the example. But what I'm saying is, if a player is born and bred in England, played in, like for me, Mason Mount, I'm not giving him time. I see he needs to show me something.
Well,
Do
that's
you
your
understand what
opinion.
I mean? Mason
Your
Mount needs to
opinion,
show
I
me
give
something.
players
So
time.
that's the same attitude. That's the same attitude you should have for Rice. Because what you're saying at West Ham he used to pass the ball backwards and sideways because he's a basic player. Arteta cannot
No,
make him
no,
break the
no,
line. Partey can. All
no,
right.
no, no,
So that's
no,
what you need to understand.
no.
The
You
manager
usually
can do
say,
so
fam,
much,
hold on,
but Rice is a basic.
fam. Rice might be a basic player, yeah,
I'm sorry.
but the manager can change his style of football. Come on, the manager can change his style of football. Easy. Well,
Okay, let's talk about time.
Martinelli was at
Time.
Arsenal, yeah. Martinelli was running with the ball out of the pitch. What happened? The second season, Arteta sit down with him and said, "Look,
Yeah,
look
he
what
was
he's
young.
doing."
He was young.
No,
Martinelli was like 18, 19. He was young.
Rice?
Rice is a 25-year-old man. Rice is 25.
No, it's 24. It's not
25.
25.
Okay, wow.
24.
Okay, he wasn't 19 then. So he's not 19 then.
Doesn't matter. 24
Rice
is
is
still
not.
got more to improve. 24 is still
There's
young.
Boy,
24-year-olds.
that's 5 years
The
difference,
best
boy.
players
5 years
are under
difference.
24.
Doesn't matter. 5 years different. He was not playing at top level. He was playing a bad team with Sam.
Boy, Pams, you know
Nah,
the
well,
example Alka was Pams. You know the example Alka was
yeah.
Alka, when you are driving a Porsche, you upgraded and drive a Mercedes or an Audi or
Yeah.
a Range Rover. Are you gonna say you need time to know the car?
I need time to understand it, the software, the system.
Wait, Alka,
You need a
Gonna
day.
change
You need a
do you
one
want
day.
me to name players who came here and just started going? They didn't even
Yeah.
They didn't even
Yeah.
need time to. For me, I have to be honest. If I sign an average player, I can understand you need a year to catch up with the game here. But if you are an elite football player and I sign you for 80 million, 90 million, 100 million pounds,
Yeah.
you've been playing Champions League football. You don't need time, man. You
100%.
really don't need time.
I
The
get your
time you need is pre-season. That's
Yes.
all what you need.
I get your point, but my point is it's up to the player. The player, some players it takes time for them to
Yeah, that's true.
not
That's
quick.
true. I
That's why
agree
they are
with
called average players.
No,
That's why they are called average.
Some players who come in,
that.
some players who come in, they will hit the ground running straight away. Some
Yeah.
players who come in,
Yeah,
it
that's
takes them time. Look at this guy they signed him. West Ham signed this guy. Lucas Paqueta from Lyon. He came
Paquet,
around.
I wanted to see him. I wanted
Yeah,
to see
French
him.
league.
I wanted
French
to
league.
give him as an example.
French league.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
come here.
He
French
came from
league.
because he came from AC Milan. We even got paid when West Ham signed him because he came from AC Milan. We signed him with a clause
Oh,
to sell him.
Okay.
Yeah, he came from AC Milan. We bought him from Brazil. Paqueta was a high player. He was supposed to be the next big thing from Brazil.
Yeah.
But when he came to AC Milan, he didn't hit the ground running. And then we had him for like a couple of years, and then we sold him to the French league with a clause, like a sell-on clause. So whenever another team signs him, we're gonna get paid something. But look at him in West Ham. He's doing bits there, man.
I'll name
And
you
he's
one player.
coming.
And if you're gonna pay, if you
I'll name you another player
on.
here that went from the England here, yeah. Liverpool to Chelsea, Fernando Torres. What happened?
No, but he never
He
recovered
struggled.
from that. Torres was in
Yeah, he
Liverpool. He
struggled.
was a gunman. Like he was
Struggled, you're
dangerous.
talking about.
What's your point?
Torres struggled. He didn't even score a goal, fam. He
At
didn't.
Liverpool. At
Chelsea.
No. Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Yeah, but that doesn't. That come on. Before
Yeah,
people
this is what I'm saying.
people don't remember.
Players
Yeah,
need
before
time.
Torres. Hold on. Let me say this. Before Torres left for Chelsea, he started struggling. Then something happened. But to say,
No, he was
but
good.
he came from Spain. And wait.
No.
He came from Spain and started
I'm sorry.
ripping the
You
Premier
listen
League.
to me.
Come on,
Fernando
you can't-
Torres.
what are you
before
talking
he
about?
left to Chelsea, wait. He left in January. Before he left to Chelsea, Fernando Torres was the top scorer at the time. He was scoring goals. He was. Mark, am I right or wrong?
Yeah, I know,
He
but
was
few
scoring
games
Yeah.
before
When
he
when
left.
he was in Liverpool, he hit the ground running. When he came to Liverpool from
Everybody, yeah.
Atletico
Yeah, he
Atletico
hit the
Madrid,
ground run.
he
So
was
what's
the
your
captain.
point?
He was the captain. I think he was the youngest captain in
No,
Atletico Madrid.
my point is Fernando
I
Torres
don't
was
understand
in
your
the same
point.
league. No, when you understand, listen. Fernando Torres was at Liverpool. He moved to Liverpool to Chelsea and he struggled. Why? Because of the system. He needs time for the
You know what?
system.
Astaghfirullah for comparing
But
Torres
but
and
but
Rice. It's different
but
caliber. That's
Chelsea,
a World Cup winner. That's a
Torres was
Champions
there.
League winner.
Torres
With some
was there for
respect.
years, and he was still struggling. He was there a couple of
No,
seasons.
but Torres was, like I said to you, Mikey. Torres was scoring at Liverpool at the time. He was the top scorer. Everybody
Yeah.
was saying, Fernando Torres. Chelsea went 50 million here. Come, they went. When he went to Chelsea, the guy struggled until he left Chelsea, went back to Atletico Madrid, and he started scoring goals here and there. So
He
players,
got injured. He got injured at Chelsea. He got injured.
Exactly.
yeah,
Nah,
Exactly.
he was
players,
struggling. He was
And
struggling.
by the
Nah,
way,
he was.
and by the way, and by the way, and by the way, he scored the winning goal to put Chelsea in the final, which they won the Champions League
that's
at
one moment.
Yeah,
That's one
So
moment.
he
I'm
paid
saying,
for
yeah.
his pride.
hey, 1 minute,
It
Pops,
don't matter.
I'm saying they bought Fernando Torres. They expect him to win them the league or something. He didn't. You
But
can talk.
Fernando
If
Torres
Liverpool
Barcelona
got a
out of
better
the
team,
Champions League.
But Alka, also mind you, Chelsea has got that history because Shevchenko came from AC Milan and he struggled.
yeah,
It's just
for
Yeah,
strikers, yeah.
you
yeah,
can say it's a different
yeah.
league.
And
But
Crespo came from AC Milan and he struggled as well.
yeah,
Even Samuel
Chelsea,
Eto'o
Kezman
came
as
and
well.
struggled. Samuel Eto'o came and struggled.
Mhm.
yeah. So Chelsea just got that history,
but
man.
yeah. But anyway, so Marky, you just gave me your prediction. You said Arsenal will finish second in it, basically.
No, I never said Arsenal finished second. I never said that. I said what I
No,
thought
no,
was going to
you
be
said
the top four,
your top four.
but
Yeah,
in
that's what
no
I mean.
particular order. Yeah, in no particular order. That's what I said.
Okay,
In no
okay.
particular order.
I'm
The
Okay.
only
just watching
order,
Fernando Torres.
I
the
just want
only
to make
order
sure.
is Man City. Man City on top. That is fixed.
Like,
Everyone else, I don't know.
so you said
But I'm thinking,
United will not make top
I,
four.
I don't think so. I
Are
really
we
don't
not
think
talking
so.
about Arsenal? I think you're
No, we're
supposed to
talking
go
about
around the
Arsenal.
table. Maki just gave his
No,
prediction.
I'm just
So
making
come to
it.
me
I'm just
about
making.
Arsenal. I want to talk about Arsenal.
Huh? But go on then.
Let's go around the table. Thank you very much. Listen, first of all, I want to say something. I want to say, yeah, if you're watching this video, smash that like button and subscribe
Yeah,
because we're
please
gonna give you
subscribe to the
real.
channel. Make the
We're gonna
channel
give
grow.
you, yeah, we're gonna give you real and raw opinions. Do you understand? This is
More
no
coming.
commercial stuff. Right. So anyway, this is what I'm gonna say about Arsenal. Last week, Maki, you missed it. We did a podcast. I said to them, Arsenal are not as good as last season. They all told me, "Hey, nah, we're controlling the games now. We're controlling the games better." I don't
I
know what
agree
they were
with you.
watching because for me, if you controlling a game doesn't mean you take the ball and you're passing it slowly.
Nope.
When you play Atletico Madrid and they kick in your players, they get in yellow, they pissing you off, and they score last minute. That's control. That's their game. When you play Liverpool and they're creating chance after chance after chance, and they're not letting you breathe, that's control. When City suffocate you in your own half and you can't get out, and they keep scoring, that's control. Control doesn't mean you take. So what Arsenal did in the first half of the season last season, beautiful football, breaking through the line, scoring, finishing teams in the first half, that's control. What you're seeing this season is not control, is nowhere near control. And that's
Nope.
because they replaced two significant people in their midfield, Partey and Xhaka. Right? Havertz is not as good technically as Xhaka. Right? And Havertz is not even an 8, number one. And Rice is not as good technically as Partey. So that's the trouble you guys are facing. So I said it, but they jumped on me. They said, no, they're controlling games. Arsenal,
No,
for
to be
me,
honest,
Tottenham have improved than Arsenal.
seriously, I agree
And
with
and, and,
Modo
and, and, and
100%.
Mario, go
there
on.
you go. There you go.
I agree with him 100%. I agree with him 100%. If you look at what Xhaka and Partey used to do for Arsenal, I haven't seen Partey and sorry, I haven't seen what's it called again, Rice and Havertz do the same thing,
Havertz.
and I can't even see them do the same thing this season. I can't see them doing that this season. I really can't. They're not up to the same caliber. Modo is right. I think I agree with him 100%. And I said it even before this. I said Arsenal, what I was expecting from them, I'm not seeing that so far. That's what I said when we first talked about Arsenal. That was one of my opinions there. I haven't seen what I thought because I was expecting them to be better than last season, to be like neck and neck with City in the beginning, with like win all their games, but I haven't seen that.
No,
I
you know
haven't
what?
seen that.
You know what? Marky, I'll make this
Mhm.
point quickly. Last week we spoke about it here about the Modu said like we now been quick in transition like before, like last season. That's why we explained to Modu, and Modu is saying basically he didn't. You don't see us controlling games. And go
Yeah.
and check the stats. Yeah, go and check the stats. We control the game better. Hold on.
That's
No, no,
Come
no.
on.
Facts are important.
Yes.
We control the game better than last season. That's facts. This season, that's facts. Whether you like it or not.
it
The reason
depends.
why.
It depends
Hold
what
on.
you interpret as control.
Fine, let me finish my point. I
That's
allow you to
don't
talk.
make control.
The point is, yeah, last season, everybody knows how Arsenal plays. Fit. They just pass the ball to the wingers. The wingers is gone. They scored. This season, teams are giving us more respect. Teams, the only team that I saw this season that came out and played, that was Tottenham, is the only team that I see briefly they came out and played. But most of the games that we played for the past game before we played Tottenham, they don't come out at Arsenal. They sit back. They sit back. Why? Because they cannot come out toe-to-toe and play with Arsenal. If they do, they will concede more goals. So they sit back and allow us the position. So what Arteta is trying to do this year is not to be prediction, not to teams to know how we play. You know, we just control the game and then into their box. If you look at City, that's what City plays. They control the tempo of the game. Easy. Yeah. So I'm not saying that copy, but that's the same system that Arteta is trying to implement right now. That's why you haven't seen Arsenal playing like the way they played last season. But another thing is the midfield
But
is not.
have you looked at how Arsenal considered goals versus Tottenham?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's what I'm saying. Like before you go, that's what I'm saying. The midfield is not helping. Yes, Rice and Harvard, they just came into the team. Harvard for me is not good enough anyway. I think Rice, I can defend Rice. He will come good anyway, and he's playing well. He's playing enough for me. But Harvard one is a bad signing. I even said it. So yes, the midfield is a bit worried right now. But the good thing is Partey is available, is fit and ready for the upcoming games. So probably we might see Partey and Rice and Odegaard. That midfield is solid. We can play Rice box to box, play Partey to sit, like we usually do. And at least the midfield will be solid, and then we can control how we're gonna control the game. But to say that like we're not playing, yes, we're not playing like last season that everybody expected, but this is we're controlling more games than last season. So that's all I wanted to make. But Mark, you can make it up before box.
Okay.
No. What I was gonna say is have you seen how Arsenal considered those goals? Because I wouldn't say Tottenham were playing their best of games. I didn't see that. It was just simple attacks, an error from your keeper, and that's a goal. So and then these are
defender as well, Jorginho.
Sorry, yeah, from Jorginho. But what caused that error? He had the ball, he wasn't getting options. Like the midfielders were not giving the usual options.
That's what I was telling. That's what I said. I told Alka he didn't settle down. I told Alka he said.
Mark, go back and watch the game. Interrupt you. Go back and watch the game here.
No, but Alka different to our day. Man, gonna settle it. I would tell when I did it.
Okay.
No. What? Let me listen to him. Alka, make your point. No, Alka, make your point. Maybe I'll agree with your point if it's right.
I watch the game here, right?
Yeah.
I've seen back the clip. Jorginho had time to pass. He got 3 options.
Yes, he had time. Yeah.
He's got one. First option is the keeper.
Keeper. Yes.
Then when he was opening, third option, he was there with Gabriel. I don't know, Gabriel or Saliba. And the fans the crowd, they're like they're screaming, pass the ball. There's a man on. Yeah. Instead of that, Jorginho is trying to want to dribble pass Madison. Come on, as an experienced
Sorry to cut you, Alka. What I was trying to put across yesterday was his feet or foot touched the ball, but the mind did not settle. That's football.
He had time.
Excuse my boy, Sumanaka. When you're playing in ball, boy, when you you understand? What we are trying to tell you is, man, be am na ball. Option si bari am na option. Bunda ko delo ko comme noko way. Why brain bi gisul lolu? Man bu ngey xelat leneen.
It happens. That happens, Alka.
Hold on.
Yeah.
He doesn't see. Come on, man. Fox. This is the problem.
Boy, experience now. Why? This is game of football. Boy, you don't know football. Boy, so I'm ball. So you some bopa. So mala player legi half back. Luta mala de you. Because legi da nga am ball, am clear option to make simple pass. Why somebody be settle? No, my example. No, my cool. Somebody be do they settle. My Alkamala they hall. Somebody be do they settle. Then
No, Fox.
Okay, forget about you. Yeah,
I don't get paid like Jorginho, right? 1 minute.
No, but Alka, Fox point.
right? No, I get what Fox is saying here. But Jorginho has no excuse on that situation, right? If you don't have any options, kick the ball to go and throw. Kick the ball to go corner, whatever the situation is.
No, Alka, lang would understand why. Fox, don't worry, I'll make the point for you. Fox point Bumawa is valid. Trust me. Can you remember? I remember Gerrard more slip Lolo versus Chelsea versus Liverpool. Do you think that Gerrard like dafa def anything look crazy? Mu slip. The thing is, hella mi nekkutoon si loolu moom hella mi mu ngi nekkoon feneen mu ngi bëgg a xalaat leneen lu mu bëgg ñu def si. And then all of a sudden mu notice ne my man is close. The Senegalese guy. All of a sudden my man is close. And then mu try to react. And then mu try to react. That reaction like more time mu slip.
Yeah, Fox, let's try and make it English so that the viewers can understand what we're trying to say, please, guys.
Yeah,
I know. But it's called Dembaba. Dembaba, I cannot say that in English. Dembaba is Dembaba.
Like I tried, those situations can happen. Come, let's say you could be here. This is why they always encourage communication on the field, because sometimes the person can switch off. This is why someone like a Roy Keane used to be an asset for Alex Ferguson on the field, because Roy Keane, he's not going to allow anyone to sleep. He's always going to be on your case, because sometimes players do switch off for a split second, especially Jorginho. I'm on board. Options I'm on. I can remember seeing what I was thinking was he can give it back to the keeper. That was the first thing that I was thinking, because Madison was a bit close to him. Just give it back to the keeper and start again. But then probably his mind, he was thinking of other options that he wanted to do, forgetting that my man is right in front of you.
Right. And by the way, let me just say this thing.
I'm sorry, Mark, I'm sorry, but Jorginho let me down on this, because I don't expect if an academic player does that, I'm like, you know what, he's young, he needs to learn, he can make mistakes and all that. But we bring on Jorginho second half to bring that experience into the team. And in fact, Jorginho,
so what do you have to say on Gerrard then?
You know, with
Gerrard slip.
You know, with Gerrard is different. Gerrard slip. But Jorginho,
but why did he slip? He could have just passed the ball. He didn't need to even wait for Cesar to come close. He could have passed the ball to the keeper.
Yes, but Jorginho didn't slip. He had
he tried to take on the player.
For me, I cannot. There's no excuse for me. Jorginho cost us the game.
No, but what I'm saying is, Alka, I don't know what your point is, because the thing is, at the end of the day, you guys conceded that goal in the 50-something minute. So that goal is not the reason why you guys didn't pick up. You still had time to change the game.
Pams, no, that goal, you don't know. You don't know that goal, how is it going to end up. You don't know that lead.
But Tottenham were the better team after that. That doesn't change the point.
Tottenham played you and then they won the game.
Hold on. You taking away the point I'm making. Tottenham could be better than Arsenal. That doesn't matter. If you don't make silly mistakes like that, Arsenal could go and end up winning the game 2-1. It could be. Tottenham might come back 2-2, but who knows? But that shows 2-1, the game end up 2-2. Yeah. He cost us the game right now. He did.
I don't even think Tottenham were at their best. I don't even think Tottenham played the best football that day.
They didn't play Forza the best. Arsenal were the best team in Forza.
Alka Lula Maki was like Steven Gerrard cost them the league too.
For me, Steven Gerrard and this one.
They cost you just a game, but Steven Gerrard cost Liverpool the whole league.
Yeah.
So that's the game, boy.
You don't know this point.
It's just like John Terry cost Chelsea the Champions League against United. So that's football. We'll take it.
Anyway,
I know.
We'll move on to Tottenham. We just got a few hours to go. We'll move on to Tottenham. What do you make of Tottenham so far?
Few minutes. You mean few minutes?
Huh?
Tottenham are improving. They're accelerating very well. Their players are now getting mature and settled. Technical-minded players. Now they are moving the ball, and then their attack is very serious these days. Yeah, and then I have hopes on Tottenham far more than Arsenal. Trust me.
You're just saying it because you are United fan. You think this Tottenham team?
No. Why are you? That's my opinion.
Okay. Now you think Tottenham finish ahead of Arsenal?
Let the man have his opinion.
But
I told you that long time, Alka.
No, you didn't.
I didn't. I told you about Chelsea. Yeah. Tottenham. No, Tottenham. You will finish above. You will finish above Tottenham. Yeah, you will finish above Tottenham.
Changing his mind now. Okay. Tottenham.
Tottenham.
Yeah.
I think like this Ange Postecoglou guy. I don't know if I said his name right, but this guy has been managing for a long time, and I think he's a very good manager. So with Tottenham, the way they were playing, and what I was more impressed about is how they managed the game. So when you guys were pressuring them, they weren't panicking. They were still playing. They were still playing, passing through, killing the time, attacking as well. So I think they're doing well. They haven't got Europe. They haven't got Carabao Cup because they've been knocked out. So the only thing they have is Premier League and the FA Cup. So I think easy top 5 for them, and possibly maybe a trophy. So I think Tottenham, and I'm going to make a wild prediction. I think they could have a better season than Arsenal.
When you say better, what do you mean like better? What do you mean better? Like
I mean,
Well,
like
better
finish
is
higher than
English
you
word.
guys.
It's better. Better is better. Like English word, like.
you say better, you need to bring. No, hold on.
Okay,
If you
let
say
me
better, you need
elaborate.
to say the reason why.
then.
What's your reason?
Okay, let me elaborate. Yeah, when I say better, I mean that they finish higher than you, number one. And number 2, they might win a trophy, whereas you guys win nothing.
So you think Tottenham
So
will
yeah,
finish
because
ahead
when
of
you when
One minute. You
because
think Tottenham will finish ahead of
back
Arsenal, right?
back in the day, hold on, back in the day, your trophy when you're rubbish, and you're still rubbish by the way, unless you win a big trophy, which your trophy was we finished ahead of Spurs. So don't play it down because they might finish ahead of you guys as well.
What are you talking about?
So-
Tottenham fans usually say that to Arsenal fans that we always finish ahead of you. What are you chatting to? I don't know what you trying to
I've
talk.
seen Arsenal fans celebrate finishing ahead of Spurs.
Huh?
Or you never said you finished ahead of Tottenham.
Wait, me, I don't care about Tottenham, boy. Tottenham doesn't worry me, fam. Tottenham? No. Tottenham doesn't worry me. When you just say
problem.
Tottenham will finish ahead of Arsenal, do you believe United will finish ahead of Arsenal before you even say Tottenham?
United
Yes.
is tricky
Yes.
because
Yes.
we need our players.
Boy, fams. No.
Facts, we need
Yes.
our players back.
Yes.
Facts, we
Boy,
need
Arsenal
players.
munum tous. Boy, Arsenal munum tous la la. Boy,
Okay.
we will finish. We
Hold
will
on.
finish ahead of Arsenal.
Okay, we had a bet, plans, me and you. Remember, we had a bet end of the season. Who's gonna finish higher, right?
You and who?
Of course.
Man, Arsenal. So do you want to bet
Of course.
Tottenham Arsenal is gonna finish higher?
Well, don't worry
Wanna
about
bet?
that. You worry about a bet. You're not
No,
a
no.
Tottenham fan.
No, let's bet again.
I'm not a Tottenham fan. I'm not gonna bet on behalf of Tottenham. I'm not a Tottenham fan.
He just stated what he
I just
does.
stated my opinion.
Okay,
I stated my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, Tottenham, they're looking good at the moment. I think they're looking really, really good. I didn't know the manager before, but I think he's doing a decent job. He doesn't have a firing, even though he doesn't have like a point striker who's in top form. He just lost Harry Kane, who was their best striker, their best player for a few seasons. Richarlison, he's a striker, but he's just not hitting it at the moment. It's just not working out for him. He's using Son there. I mean, Son can do the job, but you wouldn't call Son an out-and-out striker. And when he's getting the best out of Maddison as well. You know, I really like Maddison. I liked him when he was at Leicester.
Madison has improved, man. Definitely, man.
Yeah, I liked him when he was at Leicester, but now he's even doing, you know,
He's better than
he's
Bruno
doing
Fernandes.
even better now. You know. So and then I think Tottenham and Newcastle, I think they're gonna surprise people in the Premier League this season. That is, if Newcastle come out of the Champions League early,
And
they
even
come out
Brighton.
of the Champions League early, they're gonna surprise. Yeah, Newcastle, Tottenham, Brighton. Yeah, they're gonna make some teams finish 6, 7, and 8. Trust me, some big teams.
Yeah. For me, Maki, for me with Tottenham, the problem for me is Tottenham, they always every year, Tottenham always start like this. They always start like this, playing full. By January, they start having problem. The manager start having problem. Oh, you need players, this, and they start having drama. That's it.
Alka, you're going to have more problem than Tottenham because you play more league than Tottenham. You play more competition than Tottenham. So think about yourself.
It doesn't matter. What I'm saying is, I'm saying my point of view, right? For me, Tottenham, I have to wait until January, February, and I can make my judgment where Tottenham will finish. You know, but they're looking good right now. They're looking good right now.
Your team last year, you did not play a lot. And then your boys were tired.
You're gonna get
more over this year. This season.
Tottenham, every year they start good and they end the season well. They have started having problem with the manager, or the manager start problem with the owner. So Tottenham, they always like this every year. So January, I would say, but I think they will finish ahead of Man U because Man U right now, everything is rubbish right now. There's nothing about Man U excited right now. But they will finish ahead of Man U anyway.
Remember, you said that last year, and then we finished just under you.
Yeah, but you guys said last year you need title race, and you end up finishing 9 points behind Arsenal.
No. Title race, you were the biggest elephant in the whole world, hanging on a tree for a very long time. And then when the baboon just come and slap you, bim, and then you went boom on the floor. Alka, before I go, I just want to remind you of something. No, allow me to remind you about something. I just want to bring your attention into something before I go.
Good.
Declan Rice case is hurting me now. Declan Rice, you people. No, hold on. Just don't talk. You need to make good use of Declan Rice. You bought Declan Rice for a very, very, very big amount of money. Take example when we bought Van Persie from you. Sir Alex did not give him 10 years to settle down. Van Persie just came, boom, and then he fitted. You understand? No, hold on, boy. Boy, you don't want me to speak all of
Let the man talk. Let the man talk.
You understand? Yeah. So you need to understand that when we got Cristiano, he came, he settled. You understand? I am just giving you an example for you to know. Harry Kane went to Bayern, he fit and he settled. You understand? So this is something that you need to make good use of. Declan Rice is one of the best players for the English media, one of the best players for the English fans, one of the best players so far. With Declan Rice being positioned very well, good use of Declan Rice, then I can predict that you will finish ahead of Tottenham.
No, before you think about us, think about where you guys gonna finish. Because I know for the fact that City is the only team I'm fair in this league. Apart from City, the rest I'm not too worried about the rest.
We getting that Nigerian striker. He's coming. Don't worry.
Yeah, I wanna hear something. I wanna hear something from Modu. Modu, what's your prediction on where United is gonna finish this season?
100% top 5, number 1.
Yeah,
top 5. But where top 5?
Okay.
Where?
I think Arsenal will finish third. I think Arsenal are not going to finish second. Man United will finish third. Arsenal will finish fourth because Liverpool are better than Arsenal. United are just a little bit
better than Man United. Then.
No, you're not. You're not better than us.
So you really think United are going to finish third?
Come on, help me out.
Yeah, I think United are going to finish. What's going to happen is as the season progress, we're going to get players back. We're going to get stronger, just like last season. Yeah.
Yeah, but who's not going to get stronger?
That's my answer.
Who's not going to get stronger?
You guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just predict.
Because you guys, when the season gets going,
he's just saying
you guys get
hope and pray. There's no side of United.
What happened last season? What happened to you guys last season? What happened last season?
What happened? What?
Last season, what happened to you guys?
Tell me. I don't know. You tell me. What happened?
Nah, it's too traumatic. I can't tell you. You know what happened.
Wait, you're the only fan that come here, and confidence that United are going to finish ahead of Arsenal. Yeah. But even some of these they don't even see that.
I said that. I said that. My prediction. I said
it.
Yeah, you guys are basing this on what?
Hope. Well, we know Arsenal, boy. Boy, we know the type of team you have.
We know your history. We know your history.
Last year, you said we know Arsenal. What happened?
Boy, we know your history.
We know your team, boy.
Okay, we know your team.
You know, Pams, we made Arsenal successful. We made you competitive. When Sir Alex was there, was the time Arsene Wenger was trying to be competitive. We made you who you are. So
you made your name. You made your name of us. You made your name of us.
We don't even count United as our rival. We focus on City, not United. You guys are focused on
Okay, I heard Modu's prediction. I'm saying this as my prediction. It doesn't mean I've got anything against United or anything against United fans, but I'm looking at 5th or 6th for United. Seriously, that's what I'm looking. That's what I'm seeing right now.
No,
I think
Maki, before.
I think
quickly.
I think they'll finish.
When Maki, you said teams like Brighton, Newcastle are gonna make big teams finish 7th, 8th. All I could hear is Man United, so you don't need to say United. I already know what you're talking about.
I knew that, man. I saw you grinning, man. So I knew that's what you were thinking.
I think you've been too nice.
Yeah.
They're gonna finish 9th. They're gonna finish 9th.
Okay. No problem. That's fine.
We'll see, man.
That's fine.
We'll see how it goes.
Hopefully, we're gonna get you on Thursday. You know,
Yeah.
Thursday, maybe
Hopefully, yeah. What time? What time are we looking at?
Thursday, we're gonna do 9 o'clock, inshallah.
Yeah, that's 8 my time. Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for
Yeah.
All right, man.
and then make sure we subscribe, like, and comment. Fox, let's
Big up,
share
big
the video. Share the videos as well, you know. And then
Yeah,
I'll have you
big
guys back on Thursday.
Yeah, big up
Inshallah.
Maki, big up Fax.
All right, man. Yeah. Take care,
And
guys.
Outcast, yeah.
Boy, Mark.
Yeah, man, boys.